Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to.
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 30.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode of CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime of the 199, D-Day Cobra. Hope you're all doing well. We got a lot to talk about tonight, so let's go. Jeremy is taking a break from Dustborn to do this podcast. What's up, Vic Whiplash in the chat? Keenan in the house, Dom H in the house, Eric K as always. Jessica Lindstrom is here. Slade Lawton, Matthew. Mandy F, Adrian Canman, Written Word, Munchie. You don't have to send your super chat for me to say it. Munchie Ninja. Okay. Munchie Ninja. Dom H with 10 gifted memberships. Getting this party started already. Let's freaking go. I agree with Jeremy for 2 says, I agree with Jeremy that he could whoop Beardo's ass in Mario Kart. Well, yeah. I mean, that's just pretty obvious, okay? That's just obvious to everybody with a working brain. Let's see. Scotty says G to the L to the AYTE. Get those gifties, says Anthony B. Drew Barr. Thank you, Drew Barr. And, of course, Dom getting the gifties rolling early. Jake Skywalker says, just messing with you about Mario Kart 64. No, not really. No, it's all good, man. I quote tweeted you. It's all good. At the end of the day, Mario Kart's like pizza. There's no wrong answer, okay? There's no wrong answer. Mario Kart is all Mario Kart, okay? American Outlaw says, is Jeremy going to do an emergency CobraCast for the Kamala Harris interview? When is that? Is that tomorrow? curious about that. Is that tomorrow? If that's tomorrow, then yes, I will do an emergency CobraCast tomorrow for that. I will cover it. I see we got Dan Vask in the chat. I don't know why or who allowed him in my chat. So that is tomorrow. Okay, if that's tomorrow, then yeah, I will do an emergency CobraCast so we can cover that CNN interview. So is that like tomorrow? What time is it? Do we know? Do we know what time? If it's tomorrow night anyway, I will cover it. So will be interesting to hear Comrade Kamala tried to answer questions. She can't even do the interview by herself. 8 p.m. Eastern, done. Consider it done. We will be live here on CobraCast 199 covering that nonsense. Look at this story that just came out. This story just came out. There we go. Rora Speaks says, thanks for the gifties. Look at that. Look at that. It will be taped. That doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, thank you for the gifted memberships, guys. 9 p.m. EST, but yeah. Okay, 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so 8 p.m. my time. All right, that'll work. Check this out right here. I just saw this. Look at this. Colin Rugg says, new, Donald Trump is threatening to throw Mark Zuckerberg in prison for the rest of his life if he cheats in the 2024 election. The comment was reportedly made in Trump's new book, Save America, which is set to be released in early September. Quote, we are watching him closely, and if he does anything illegal this time, he will spend the rest of his life in prison, as will others who cheat in the 2024 presidential election, Trump said, according to Politico. Zuckerberg has been coming clean in a recent letter to Jim Jordan. Zuckerberg threw the Biden-Harris administration under the bus for trying to censor Americans on Meta platforms. Zuckerberg recently came out and said some very positive comments about Trump and the attempt on his life in July. So here's the comments. We all saw this.
I've done some stuff personally in the past. I'm not planning on doing that this time. And that includes, not endorsing either of the candidates. Now, look, there's obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. The historic events over over the weekend. And on a personal note, it's, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. But look, it's, and I think, look, it's, at some level as an American, it's like hard to not get kind of emotional about that spirit and that fight. And I think that's why a lot of people like the guy.
Irredeemable. He is just like what's his name, Chris Cuomo. He can't be redeemed. Mark Zuckerberg cannot be redeemed at all. I just can't see it. Under no circumstances could he be redeemed. So no. But yeah, so again, Trump is threatening to throw Mark Zuckerberg in prison along with many others. So I think that's actually, I'm glad we're hearing that side of Donald Trump. He's not putting up with anybody's bullshit, and that is definitely a good thing indeed. Absolutely a good thing. Now, look at this right here. I can't believe that we're even in a position where we have to, Kamala Harris is stupid, okay? Kamala Harris is a very stupid person. She's an incredibly stupid person. Listen to her talking to high schoolers.
Our country's counting on you. All of you. You are leaders. By the very fact that you all are here in this room, doing what you do at this incredible school, doing it as one big team, understanding all of the different parts that fit together to create a team. Our country's
She's talking to them like they're idiots. She's talking to them like they're idiots.
And she mentioned thank you about 50 times. Did you see the beginning? Thank you, 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 thank you. I said, what the hell is wrong with her?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Please, thank you, please. Thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
She is a stupid person. I mean, she is really stupid. I don't think we've put enough, like, the fact that she's even in this position. And then you have clowns like this right here. Let me find it. You have a clown like Ben Stiller. I don't know if you guys saw this with Ben Stiller, who's a complete coward right here. So let's listen to what Ben Stiller has to say.
Good. Do you mind answering just a quick question? Why you came and what you like about Harris' platform?
Just very excited about moving forward and all the energy and excitement that's around this movement right now. So that's why I'm here, because it's time for change, and it seems like it's happening.
Do you think she'll be able to sustain the momentum post-convention?
For sure.
You think the race is going to be close?
It's going to be close, but everybody's motivated to work and make it happen. So, and she and Tim Walz are just incredible candidates.
He said time for change. She's in the fucking White House right now. She's the vice president of the United States of America right now. Democrats have been in power for 12 of the last 16 years in this country. Holy shit. I can't understand how these people are so fucking stupid. But they're not really that stupid. But the people that are listening to them are stupid. They don't pay attention to anything. They don't think about anything. They just do what they're told. They just repeat the NPC talking points. It's incredible. I truly am blown away by it. Good Lord. It's mind-boggling. Time for change. She's in the White House right now, as we speak. And you're asking for change. This is what they do, though. Look at this right here. Time before and after RFK backed Trump. Look at this. Why ultra-processed foods are so bad for you. That was before RFK backed Trump. After RFK backed Trump, what if ultra-processed foods aren't as bad as you think? It's amazing. Enemy of the people. The media is the enemy of the people. JMNZZ450. What's up, man? The Cackler and Cuck campaign are legit just stealing all of Trump's policies and lying about his position on them. If these commentators, Twitter and YouTube, aren't in the 2030 documentary showing how retarded they are, I will clip and edit them into it. 100%, brother. And thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, it's just, this campaign run by Harris and Walz is truly one of the most incompetent campaigns we've ever seen. And are they going to get away with this? I personally don't think so. But they got away with it in 2020, didn't they? They got away with it in 2020. Brock is here. And he says 15 times I tell you to drink water. Stay hydrated. Brock in the house. And he says, stay hydrated. Thank you, Brock. With if only Krista were here, she would be able to enjoy your profile picture. If only she were here. Maybe someone will be able to summon Krista Nova. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Will anyone be able to summon Krista? Eric Guidewall with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you. Look at the chat. All right, we got a lot to talk about. There's the Trump interview with Dr. Phil. There's a Tucker Carlson story that I want to talk about. There's a lot to talk about, okay? And if Dan Vasquez has not been banned from the chat, I would please request that mods take care of that problem. Please. Because just being honest, I don't like Dan. Just being honest. Like, don't tell him that. I still have to pretend that I like Dan, but I don't really. Check this out. Biden is now lounging on the beach during his second straight week of vacations. This is absurd. Who the hell is the president now? Kamala? Like, it's mind-blowing. Our country has no leader. Our country has no real leader. This is scary shit, man. This is very scary. So Biden has no idea where he's at.
In Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, you get kind of a back shot of the president there, enjoying the sun last couple of days of summer. I want to hear both of you get your response to what Senator Vance just laid out. But let's start here, Mark. For years, Kamala Harris was an advocate of very specific green energy mandates, whether...
What is the beach in Delaware like? I mean, I'm a Florida man, so like, what is a beach in Delaware like? I don't know if that would be. Well, that can't be the same. You can't get the same experience at a beach in Delaware as you would like Florida. There's no way. Is there? I can't imagine that. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't know. I was watching Tim the Tap Man a little bit today because he was playing Black Ops 6, and they flew him out somewhere, and he was rocking shorts, and his whole chat was roasting the hell out of his shorts, and he's like, bro, I'm from Florida. It's shorts all the year round, and I'm like, yep, shorts, flip flops, shorts, Crocs, whatever. That's Florida for you right there. So that is Florida for you. All right, I'm going to catch up on a couple of these super chats really quick. Accident Seller for 10 says, your Trump thumbnails are killing me, bro. By the way, his accordion hand movements when he talks are so good. Wouldn't it be funny if someone pasted an actual accordion into video as he talks? That would be good. I'm sure that's out there, too. Jake Skywalker, I got his earlier. Space, Digger says, Jeremy, are we getting a new intro when Trump wins? 1,000%. That's happening. Jake the Movie Geek says, Trump's town hall is also tomorrow. Really? Okay. Well, looks like we got a busy day. Busy day, baby. Okay. Nandio says, damn, prison won't be nice to Zuck. Not at all. Schrodinger's chat says, look closely at Trump's favorite immigration chart. The red arrow shows that Trump leaves office in April 2020, 10 months before Biden's inauguration. I'll have to look at that. I'd have to double check on it. Yes, tomorrow. Okay, what time is this town hall? Do we know? Phantasmus Knox says, g'day, Trump should play the video of Kamala calling the young generation is stupid. Have you seen the video of Sigourney Weaver supporting Kamala? I haven't, but that doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me one bit. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, thank you. Mike Noss for 5 says, all these woke celebs, but it's okay. We got Cara Dune, Hercules, Superman, and the OG Buffy the Vampire Slayer on our side. Let's freaking go. Eric K, I heard Krista is going to give Dan Vass some singing lessons. Finally, he needs some help. I mean, he certainly does need help. No doubt about that. Mandalore says, caught the stream as I'm punching out of work. Hail Jeremy and the 199. It's around 7 to 8 p.m. allegedly. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. So, yeah, tomorrow will be a pretty busy day then. A pretty busy day indeed. Now, if you don't know, we have some new indictments. We have a brand new indictment for Donald Trump because, of course, we do. I was thinking about going live and doing an emergency CobraCast. But Golden Nuggets for 5 says, shout out to Jay's RFK impression last night. Jay. He got his channel. Everything's situated. Shout out to all of you guys in the chat for making that happen. But yeah, let's listen to this breakdown of the latest indictment for Donald Trump.
With an election right around the corner and the first ballots going out in North Carolina in just 9 days, yes, before the debate, we are getting an August surprise. Special counsel Jack Smith has again indicted former President Trump in the election interference case. The 4 charges in the original indictment have not changed, but Smith just reframed his case after the Supreme Court's decision on presidential immunity. Trump is flat out calling it election interference at its worst and referencing the DOJ's...
He's not flat out calling it election interference. It is election interference.
60-day rule that discourages new legal action before an election. His running mate, J.D. Vance, backing him up.
It looks like Jack Smith doing more what he does, which is filing these absurd lawsuits in an effort to influence the election. The reason the Supreme Court threw out his lawsuit is because they said it implicated the president's official acts, of course, which the president has immunity in conducting those official acts. I don't think that it changes anything legally. I think it's clearly an effort to try to do more.
I will say this. People brought this up to me about J.D. Vance. He actually does do a really good job of articulating and breaking down Trump's policies and stances and everything like that. He actually is very good at that. So credit where credit's due. He does a really good job of that.
For election interference from Jack Smith, he should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah. But it seems some in the media are cheering it on.
It is a slick move.
But because of the slow nature of our justice system, this is a conversation we are still having.
I will say the 60-day rule is not actually a rule. It's a norm. It's a practice. It's not written in law.
What the heck? What happened to Chris Hemsworth? Holy shit. What did Marvel do to Thor? Is this what Thor is going to look like in the next Marvel phase right here? Holy shit. Damn, that's rough right there. Poor Chris Hemsworth.
Our justice system. This is a conversation we are still having.
I will say the 60-day rule is not actually a rule. It's a norm. It's a practice. It's not written in law. It's not something that is written in stone. It's a policy, a guideline of sorts. Nothing has changed to the actual text.
Once a case has begun, once the prosecution has commenced, it can continue to do so up through and including and beyond Election Day.
Judge, she said it wasn't a rule, it's a norm, and I thought we were going to return to norms.
Yeah, well, not only that, it is a rule. It's 9/85.500. Federal prosecutors and agents may never select the timing of any action, including investigative steps and criminal charges, for the purpose of affecting an election or for the purpose of giving an advantage or disadvantage from one side to the other. Let me explain something. Whether it's 90 days or 60 days, this has been a rule that every attorney general has affirmed and reaffirmed since George Bush, the first one, was president, okay? They do it all the time to try to make it clear to the American people that when the feds come in, whether to announce an investigation or an indictment, that they're not going to do it in a way that will interfere with an election or make a candidate look good or bad. Now, there was no legal reason whatsoever to bring this case right now, given the fact that it's not going to go to trial before the election. So what was the point? And I don't want to hear this nonsense about this is a continuation of the other case. If it's a continuation of the other case, then why was that charge?
It's 1,000% meant to hurt Trump. It's meant to hurt people voting. They want people to hear that he's being indicted. They want people because they understand that there's a lot of low information voters out there. So they want people to hear like, oh, Trump is in trouble. Trump has that's what the point of this whole thing is. That's all it is.
Dismissed. And why was there a superseding indictment? Why was there a brand new grand jury? There was a whole new investigative grand jury here. That tells you that this is a new indictment. So all of this nonsense is about the Dems continuing interference with the election, beginning with Merrick Garland, who made the decision to appoint a special counsel without the advice and consent of the Senate. And, you know, Jack Smith doesn't have the authority. So this whole thing is just a classic example of what the Democrats do to affect an election.
Jessica, you have thoughts there on your paper?
I do have thoughts on my paper, and now I'm going to have my thoughts out loud. So
oh boy.
Trump says anything he doesn't like is election interference. That's his favorite thing to say. And I think this is largely baked in. People who think that he's a victim of the justice system and lawfare believe that, and people think that the American people have a right for him to have his day in court and to also see the evidence presented and to have people rule on that before an election where they have to give him the most important job in the world again, feel that way about it. My understanding from reading the coverage from back in March, so he was in a Florida courtroom.
Shut up!
And Jack Smith's
Silly
team
woman.
were down there, and they explained that the 60-day rule or the 90-day rule doesn't apply when someone is already in the hands of the justice system, when they've already been charged. And Donald Trump has already been charged. Why they're saying that this is a, quote, slick move is because Jack Smith basically headed off what he knew would be coming if Judge Chutkan ruled on this again or said something. He went back, he kind of trimmed the fat off of the indictment based on the SCOTUS ruling, which you guys all thought was so great. So he took that under consideration, and he brought these same 4 charges again, but with it slimmed down and changing the language all over. So instead of talking about Donald Trump as president, he talks about Donald Trump as a candidate for president in 2020. Mike Pence isn't the VP anymore. He is the president of the Senate. And you're right, that new grand jury looked at it and they said, hell yeah, all 4 of those charges make sense. He should go to trial for this. He's going to be charged. It is not election interference. It is a continuation of this case, and it does not violate the 60-day rule or the 90-day rule.
Let me just say, and I'm going to interrupt here because I have to.
Please, please.
Jack Smith's counsel said in court, referring to this 60-day rule, he said that the 60 days relates to bringing indictments in the days leading up to an election, and is not relevant to a case that is already pending. This is a new, excuse me, this is a new indictment, which his own assistant said tolls the 60 days.
Jesse, it feels like they're slicing the salami pretty thin to get to this.
Yeah, you can be president and a candidate, Jessica, at the same time.
Are you really arguing what he did was fine?
Correct. Correct. I'll answer for you. Jack Smith's case got shredded by the Supreme Court when they ruled on presidential immunity for official acts. So all Jack did was reword the indictment and make all the official acts unofficial. That's all he did. Great analogy by Turley, if I may.
Yes, please.
And I'll make it my own because I'm from Philly. This is like a woman going to order a cheesesteak in Philly and saying, can I get the low-calorie cheesesteak? And the chef just cuts it in half, hands her the half, and charges her full price. It's BS, Jessica, and everybody knows it. All he could have done, as Judge said, was just wait until after the election. What if he waits until after the election, Kamala wins, and then he can refile and do whatever he wants? Or Trump wins, and then he can refile and get fired. Either way, he didn't need to do it. Garland should never have let this go. It violates the spirit of the law, 60 days when we have 69 days, and the letter of the law because they're going to be voting in like 16 days.
Greg Gutfeld, do you have any wise words?
I'd like to talk for the next few minutes about the 60-day rule.
Great, that'd be great.
Basically, I tell everyone it's 60 days, don't fall in love with me.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all
Look,
you got.
I don't think we should be surprised. Think about everything that's been thrown at Trump, okay? You've had petitions, you've had lawfare, you've had a nonviolent coup. There's something new. You've had nonstop media collusion. You had a cover-up of a cover-up of Joe Biden's cognitive failure. You had, 7, 8 years of calling Trump Hitler and stating rather clearly that he must be stopped and you must do everything possible to stop him. I wonder if that contributed to him getting shot. I swear, if these people could go back in time and smother Trump in the crib, they'd bring a pillow. So when you step back, you got to wonder why.
Oh, 100%.
It is emotional. They're not talking about any politics.
They would 100% do that. You know for a fact they would. JM the Elite Fan on Rumble for $25. Y'all see Jocelyn Benson, Michigan's Secretary of State, told election officials if they question the results, government's coming after them. Not to blackpill, but in my opinion, we aren't getting out of this peacefully. Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be a really ugly few months. And when Trump wins, it's going to get even uglier. From November to January, holy crap, dude. I mean, it is going to be wild, okay? And my advice, which just to be clear, to qualify myself, I am a retard with an internet connection. So that's all you're getting here is just a retard with an internet connection. But my advice is to be smarter than the situation. Don't put yourself in a position where things can be twisted or manipulated. How about just stay at home and watch YouTube? That's pretty much it. Because ultimately, we saw what happened in certain situations where the media will hyperfixate on those stories and manipulate and twist it. I don't watch Steven Crowder, but I will continue to repeat something that I heard him say. This was back when he was dealing with something on something with YouTube or something. And he's like, we have to understand that we have to play by a different set of rules. You know, people that are on this side, he said conservatives. I don't consider myself a conservative. I just consider myself not a crazy leftist. But he was just like, we operate with a different set of rules, and we have to understand that. And we do have to understand that. It's crucial to remember that. Very crucial to remember that. Here we go.
Policy, no facts, just a tornado of terrified emotion. You know, there's this new petition. Did you see this, of Republican staffers? They've endorsed Harris. You know, how spontaneous is that? It's just like the 51 intel agents who planned that one. But it's the status quo. Once again, fear the one man who won't stop. And he doesn't care. So here's my plea, if I may.
Please.
Dana.
Absolutely.
If you're truly radical out there, if you're an honest-to-God rebel, okay, how can you not be in favor of Trump? They tried to arrest him. They tried to sue him. They tried to shoot and kill him. They changed laws to destroy him. They changed the way we voted to keep him from winning. They shamed, they targeted, they doxed, they hoaxed supporters.
Yep.
I mean, this is a moment you got to ask yourself, are you going to join the pirate ship or the pontoon of pansies?
As a pansy, you really think he didn't do any of the things?
Guys,
that
I really want to do my one more thing today. I'm going. Up next, Vice President.
Damn it, that would have been good. They were up against the clock. Damn it, that would have been good to hear where that one was going right there. So we did get this as well. So Donald Trump directly blames President Biden for nearly getting assassinated last month. Says Biden knew he needed more protection. Trump said the Biden-Harris administration decided his safety wasn't important. Quote, they made it very difficult to have proper staffing in terms of Secret Service. I think to a certain extent it's Biden's fault and Harris's fault, and I'm the opponent. Let's listen to what Trump has to say.
About Secret Service, he always made it very tough for us to have the proper number of Secret Service people. And I don't know whose fault it is, but I will tell you, I'd have these massive rallies with 50, 60,000 people or more. And our people were always fighting to get more security, more Secret Service. And he knew that we didn't have enough. And he'd have a rally of 3 or 4 people. I mean, nobody would go. If he had a rally, if he got 20 people, it was a lot. Nobody would go. They'd stand on a road and they'd look for people to try and be there, like he had somebody behind him. And yet he had a massive contingent of Secret Service. And I know that they wanted to have his people come over to these big rallies that I was having. And I know that it was a very tough situation. So, you know, when this happened, people would ask, whose fault is it? I think to a certain extent it's Biden's fault and Harris's fault. And I'm the opponent. Look, they were weaponizing government against me. They brought in the whole DOJ to try and get me. They weren't too interested in my health and safety. I would be if I were in their position, but they weren't very interested. But they were always making it, from what I understood, and I could feel it, they were making it very difficult to have proper staffing in terms of Secret Service.
I'm not saying that they wanted you to get shot, but do you think it was okay with them if you did?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of hatred. I don't know why. I had a great presidency.
I think Trump knew. He was like, I probably shouldn't answer that the way I want to. As a matter of fact, now I haven't seen this Dr. Phil interview, but it's over here. I don't know if this is the full interview or not, but it's over here on Dr. Phil's YouTube channel. So I think we're going to watch this. The answer is, of course, it's yes. We know the answer is yes. No doubt about that. Matthew Ivy for 10 says, I read Hillbilly Elegy. Is that how you say that? And some of Vance's essays from before he ran. You should read them and reach out to @RealKingPilled for the 411 on Vance. He predicted that Vance would be chosen 1 year ago. Yeah, I mean, listen, I like Vance. He's not like the greatest ever, but I'm definitely liking him. You know, he seems like a pretty good dude. So I'm enjoying what I'm seeing from him so far. Eric Heffelfinger for 10. I think they changed the title of the Times article to why one dietitian is speaking up for ultra processed food. Can't find the original. Noted. Well, thank you. I appreciate that info. Fantastic for Knox says, Kamala at the DNC. Thank you. Drops a deuce. Koa Lee, a new indictment. Wow. And the sky is blue. Every time. McCock says, you haven't heard what your own farts sound like in years. What was that in reference to? Alan Tanasi for 5 says, I'm always worried when I'm too late to CobraCast, but not as worried as when a girl I did the in out with is late for her period. Alan. Freaking Alan. Alan in the house. Golden Nugget says, congrats to Ben Stiller for coming out. Rattle Shark says, Tulsi called it out too. Teflon Don, jump on the pirate ship. MAGA 2024. Here we go. I don't know if this is the full interview, but this is the one that's on. There's probably like a full interview on his app or something like that.
The most important election in the history of our country. I'm not a threat to democracy at all.
It's been 7 or 8 weeks since would-be assassin fired 8 rounds.
How can you say it's luck when it's 20 million to 1, where that bullet could have missed?
And has it changed you?
Being president is a dangerous job. I never realized how dangerous.
RFK Jr. has offered his support to you and your campaign. Will he have a role in your administration? You are catching up with me in Las Vegas, Nevada, where
I feel like I didn't I download this fucking app or something like that? Like, I'm gonna look this up real quick. What is this? Merit? Dr. Phil or whatever. I think I did the last time he did something like that. Full interviews on Dr. Phil's Twitter. Okay, well, that's good information. All right, hang tight. We're gonna make this happen. Don't worry. Okay, Dr. Phil. The full interview for... Oh, yeah, here it is. Good call. Okay. Good call. Snake Pit always coming through in the clutch. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right, let's do it here. Here we go.
To democracy at all.
It's been 7 or 8 weeks since
volume's low.
The assassin fired.
Why the fuck is the volume
rounds.
Always low?
How can you say it's luck when it's 20 million to 1, where that bullet could have missed?
And has it changed you?
Being president is a dangerous job. I never realized how dangerous.
RFK Jr. has offered his support to you and your campaign. Will he have a role in your administration?
All right, audio's good. Okay, good stuff.
You are catching up with me in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I am catching up with former President Donald Trump and Republican nominee for president 10 weeks from the actual election. We're going to sit down and talk about a lot of things as we close in on the day. We're going to talk about where he stands after having an attempt on his life in Butler, Pennsylvania. We're going to talk about how he feels about now Democratic nominee Kamala Harris. We're going to talk about what he thinks the challenges are leading into this election and what has to happen to get independents to hear his message and come down on his side of the fence. We're going to ask him some hard questions and get some clear answers. Today, 10 weeks from the election. Mr. President, thank you for sitting down with me again.
Thank you.
Very proud to be talking to you. You've been really busy, and I have to ask you, it's been 7 or 8 weeks since would-be assassin Thomas Matthew Crooks climbed on top of a roof on a shockingly close building right in front of you and fired 8 rounds from an AR-style assault rifle, shooting you in the ear.
Take a look at what happened.
Experts said, frankly, you shouldn't be here right now. Experts said a kill shot was...
It's crazy, dude. It's still crazy seeing that. It's absolutely wild.
Almost a certainty. But yet, here you sit. You had to have asked yourself, you had to have reflected on this. How am I here? And why am I here? How do you answer that question?
It's a very hard one to answer. When it happened, it was a whack. I mean, I said something's going on there. It was a real whack to the ear. But you're not thinking about that. And I was lucky I went down quickly, because if I didn't go down quickly, bullets were coming right over my head when I was down. I heard them. They were moving along. They moved pretty fast. I said, how fast does a bullet go? They said about 3,000 miles an hour. That's a lot. They gave it to me in feet, and then they gave it to me. I said, no, I want to know in miles per hour. And it's more than 3,000 miles an hour, and you hear it. You hear the whipping sound. So I was lucky in that regard. But the big luck was, because that's something you can control. You go down quickly. If you don't go down quickly, you have a problem. But the big thing was the turn. And it wasn't only the turn, it had to be a perfect 90-degree turn, or I wouldn't be with you today. And I had to be looking at something to the right, and the people, we had massive crowds, and they were in front. So there was no reason to be looking to the right. You had no people right or left. And you know the graph, my all-time favorite graph, showing my great numbers on immigration, stopping immigration virtually at the border, which is a big subject. And I was very proud of that graph, but I only use it about 20% of the time. It's always on my left, and it's always at the end of my speeches, always. And this was the very beginning of the speech. I mean, like the very beginning, it was on my right. So if you add it all up, it's like millions to one, millions, the odds. But I made that perfect turn. I just see it on television again. It's today, just before I came in, it's up big on the screen again today. And in finding out, I have the endorsement of the NRA, but I don't know, I have no knowledge of guns. Like, as an example, I have 2 sons that have extreme knowledge. They're great shooters. And Don and Eric both told me separately that that's a guaranteed shot for a bad shooter from that distance. 130 yards sounded like a long way away. As a shooter, that's a very close target. They said, to relate it to me, they said it would be like sinking a 1-foot putt. I said, that's not good.
So why were you spared? You've had to reflect on this alone in the middle of the night, in the golf cart riding down the way, thinking about it. How do you answer that? Why were you spared?
So there had to be some great power, because you just can't say millions to one, millions to one. I used to say 1,000,000 to 1. It's much more than that, because, again.
I saw a comment, right? See if I can find it. Let's see. Thomas O'Neill says, Donald Trump is 100% going to lose to a black woman. Thank you, Thomas. I did hear that you lost your wife to a black man, so sorry about that. I guess better luck next time.
You have to pull down the sign. There has to be a reason to go right, and I never go right. There's no reason. And not only go right, it's for about 1/8 of a second. It's not just right. It's out of all the time that we're on this planet, it's 1/8 of a second, right? So I shouldn't be with you. So
Is there a purpose?
Well-
Is there a reason you think you were spared?
I mean, the only thing I can think is that God loves our country and he thinks we're going to bring our country back. He wants to bring it back. It's
this
so
is an
bad.
important
They
part.
made it to me, they said it's a guarantee.
Believe in God.
All right, I got to
I mean,
hear
the
this
only
part
thing
again.
I can think more than that, because again, you have to pull down the sign. There has to be a reason to go right, and I never go right. There's no reason. And not only go right, it's for about an eighth of a second. It's not just right. It's out of all the time that we're on this planet, it's 1/8 of a second, right? So I shouldn't be with you. So
Is there a purpose?
well-
Is there a reason you think you were spared?
I mean, the only thing I can think is that God loves our country and he thinks we're going to bring our country back. He wants to bring it back. It's so bad right now what's happening when you look at the crime, the horrible things that are happening inside our country, and it can be solved. It can be solved fairly quickly. It has to be God. I mean,
Has to be
how
the
can
hand
you
of
say
God.
it's luck when it's, 20 million to 1, okay? I mean, it's just not possible that I was in that position. It's the only position where that bullet could have missed.
And you believe in God?
I do.
You believe God's hand was in this that day?
I believe so, yeah, I do.
And you talk about the country. You believe you have more to do. You weren't done. You were spared for a reason.
Well, God believes that, I guess. We'll have to see. Number one, I'm in an election with a very vicious group of people. I won the election against Biden. I was up by 17 or 18 points after the debate.
Bro, look at Biden right there, man. He's just gone.
You weren't done. You were spared for a reason.
Well, God believes that, I guess. We'll have to see. Number one, I'm in an election with a very vicious group of people. I won the election.
Dude, that was such a bad moment for Biden. That was such a bad moment. It was an incredibly bad moment. Like, I can't believe how bad that was. Holy crap, that dude was gone. And do you know what the crazy part is? You know what the crazy part is? Biden, at that point, was still more intelligent than Kamala is right now. That's the truth.
Against Biden, I was up by 17 or 18 points after the debate. And they said, you know what, he's going to lose. They went and told him he's going to lose and we're going to change you out. And he said, no, I'm not going to do it. In fact, he said, only God will change me. But so who knows what happened there. But he said, I'm not leaving. He got 14 million votes. And Kamala got none, 0. She ran against him. She got 0. She never made it to Iowa, which is the first state. And here she is. She's on the other side. But, it's like nobody ever had this before. You have an opponent. In politics, you have an opponent, and you win or you lose. But you don't have an opponent, and then you're doing well against the opponent. They take him out. They give you a new opponent. They give you a nice, fresh opponent. And so I have to win that. And if I win that, that would really serve to say that there's some incredible power up there that wanted me to be involved in saving, and maybe it's more than saving the nation, maybe it's saving the world. I get along with all those tough guys. And Russia wouldn't have gone into Ukraine. You'd have
Trump will 100% save the world. That's the power that's the responsibility that's on Trump's shoulders right now. Is Trump can save the world. That is insane to think about, and it's downright scary, honestly. I personally think it's scary as hell that one man has this much power. I do think it's that scary. It's terrifying, actually. And I wish that it wasn't the case, but that is where it is, unfortunately.
Million people living right now. You'd have cities all over Ukraine. I mean, these magnificent cities with the domes and the golden domes and towers. They'd all be up. They're right now demolished. So many, those cities, the country is just demolished. Israel wouldn't have happened. October 7th would have never happened. Iran was broke with me. And I don't want them to be broke, but I don't want them to have a nuclear weapon.
So you think you're meant to take those challenges on? You're meant to serve in that way?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. in thinking about it, it's beyond any of us, I guess, to really know that. But I can say that for that bullet to have gone along this path right here, and for that bullet to have gone along that path and hit the top of my ear, as opposed to any other place, would have been no good. And it traveled that path for a long way, you know, relatively speaking. That path was traveled for a long way.
It killed it killed a man behind you.
It did. It killed a man, and
Corey Comparatore,
That's
and
right.
it critically injured 2 others.
Who thought they weren't going to make it. You know, the doctors said they will not make it, and they did. The doctors were incredible.
You've been very attentive and involved with those families, and I understand a lot of support and help for those families has taken place.
Well, we gave a friend of mine who's a pretty rich guy, was very moved by what happened, and he said, "Do you mind if I give Corey," he called him Corey, everyone calls him Corey now, firefighter, great firefighter, fire chief of a small town.
Volunteer, right?
Volunteer, no substantial money, obviously. You know, they live comfortably, they love each other, they have a great family, beautiful family actually, but not money. And I said, "Good, what do you want to give?" He said, $1 million. He wrote out a check right in front of me for $1 million, and we presented it to the wife. That's more money than they have ever even thought about. But on top of that, we raised close to $6 million in GoFundMe, and that's going to be split up. We're doing it now, obviously with Corey's family getting more. The other 2 made it, and they're going to be in good shape. I can't stress how good those doctors were. It was going to be 3 dead, and it turned out to be 1, but they were hit hard.
Well, it was
and
terrible.
they just made it. They were very close also. And so they're going to be getting probably close to $1.5 million each.
How'd you feel about the Secret Service and the job they did?
Well, look, they were very brave, because when those bullets were coming at me, and you saw it, I was down, because I went down quickly, fortunately. Otherwise, because the bullets were going right over my head. So that was another thing. But see, I don't talk about that as that was a question of going down. The other was a question of you had to be in an exact, perfect position, and it's almost impossible to have achieved that position. You have to be right. You have to have used the graph. The whole thing is just so crazy. You never use.
Matt G. Hammond over on Rumble says, "Did you see Trump on the Sean Ryan show?" I didn't watch that, but I did see he made the appearance on there, and he's actually doing a lot of podcasts now. I know he's doing like Lex Fridman or whatever. Is that how you say his name? Lex Friedman, whatever. I know everybody's like, "Oh, this is warming up to get to be Joe Rogan." Joe Rogan, like, if Joe Rogan ends up doing the Trump interview now, it does nothing to change the idea that, like, now he's doing it because it's easy to do it now. He's not going to face as much backlash because Theo Vaughn's done it now. And then this Lex guy is doing it. And he's doing interviews with Logan Paul, and he's doing interviews with Aiden Ross. So it's like Joe Rogan will end up doing it when it's the easiest point in time for him to do it. And that's pathetic. Like, Joe Rogan's supposed to be the big dog. Joe Rogan's supposed to be the guy. But he's scared to death to have Donald Trump on his podcast. It's so pathetic.
Use it at the beginning of the speech? Never. I've never used it at the beginning. I just said, pull down the graph. And I look over at the graph and I get whacked. Sort of like a bolting deer. Don, my son Don, said, it's like a bolting deer. Great shots can miss a bolting deer. They shoot simultaneously with the deer bolting, and it bolts for some reason. I guess that was my bolt. But it was absolutely amazing. But the Secret Service, obviously somebody should have been on the roof. You can't, the roof was empty. And there was a lack of communication between local law enforcement and Secret Service. It seems to be coming out. So they're going to have to work that out. I can say this, on stage we had great bravery, because bullets were coming at me, and they were coming right on top of me. And within about 3 or 4 seconds, I was covered with bodies. Had the sniper, the Secret Service sniper, and it may have been somebody else in addition, it may have been a local police shot also, I don't know. But had that shot not been made from a long distance, much longer, and hit its target, one bullet, then they would have been dead probably, because there would have been a pile and he would have been shooting into the pile. And in addition, you would have had a lot of people killed. This could have been like that Las Vegas disaster where that horrible human being killed a lot of people at a concert.
Has this changed you? Has it changed your appreciation for life? Has it changed anything about you? Did you hug your kids extra hard? I mean, has it changed you?
You know, a lot of people ask me, and a lot of people say, like,
What do you mean? Are you talking about Rogan? Just to clarify right here, it's not a political podcast. He just talks to who he likes. Is that you talking about Rogan? Because if you're talking about Rogan, and you may not be, but I call bullshit on that. Rogan has people on his show that he has no idea who they are or what they're about. He has no idea about shit. He had doesn't he have Kill Tony come on when he has a professional wrestler because he knows nothing about wrestling? Because he has people in there and he has no idea. Lex. Okay. See, I don't with Lex. I don't know much about Lex. I've seen a few Lex podcasts. He seems like a really good interviewer. Like, it seems like he would ask pretty interesting questions. I'm actually pretty interested to watch the Lex Fridman podcast with Trump. I think that would actually be I think that's a pretty interesting one, and I think he'll ask interesting questions. So I'm actually looking forward to that one.
have you developed any fear of, doing this? Because look, being president is a dangerous job. It's much more dangerous than a race car driver or than anything. It's probably the most dangerous profession if you think about it. Just go up and down the list. So you have 46 and numerous left early or got hit. It's a very dangerous job. I never realized how dangerous, but I was at the border yesterday and they were a dangerous place. He allowed it.
I agree with this. Theo Vaughn has proven to be the best interviewer, 100%. Theo Vaughn crushed it. It was fantastic. Probably the best interview I've ever seen from Trump. Okay, probably the best I've ever seen, and that's a testament to Theo Vaughn.
He and her allowed it to become dangerous. It's a very, very dangerous place. I was doing an interview, and Secret Service said, "Sir, please, no more standing up." They don't want me to stand up. People, especially with the kind of weapons they have today, people have shots, and but it's an interesting. It's a great job. It's an interesting job. You can do so much good, but it's a dangerous job.
You say that you may have been spared to serve, and to do that as President of the United States, you have to defeat Kamala Harris on November 5th. First, what do you think of her as a person? What do you think of Kamala Harris as a person, just personally?
I personally would love to see a drunk 3PO Joe Biden interview. Let's make that happen right now. That needs to happen, 100%.
Well, I don't know her. You get to know people when you watch them on television or when you see them and read them, but.
So you don't know her personally?
She's a Marxist.
So I'm getting that. Oh God, I can't pause on this screen.
Well, I can see by action.
All right, I got to pause it because YouTube is sending me that thing where it's picking up someone else's audio or something like that. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with YouTube these days. Rattle Shark, I got that one. I got the last two right there. Rattle Sharks and Teflon Don. Munchie Ninja, I got that. So Donald Trump is going to be on the Lex Fridman podcast. Indy Eye says his interview with RFK is on there too, just posted. McCox says, I was calling you Fig, you beehole is wide. I can never tell what the hell you guys are saying. Axel Jensen says Melania is very jealous of the craft. Nandio says Thomas is the Black Adam 2022. Eric K says D-Day Cobra, no, Thomas lost his boyfriend to a black man, not his wife. Get it straight. SBZ says Dr. Phil is fake. He's not a doctor nor a psychologist, but a failed electrician. He admitted it to Shaq in a documentary called Scary Movie 4. Eric K. Hang on just a minute. Just making sure these emails I'm getting isn't from YouTube. Eric K. Thomas O'Neill is a fluffer at a pride parade. Maximus BT says, where are my breeds at? I agree with Jay. Or I'm sorry, I agree with Jeremy. Can we get Jay on? No, Jay's too big of a deal now that he got his channel remonetized. Yeah, they just blocked my fucking stream. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm still on Rumble, but they just blocked my fucking stream. Jesus.
What the heck? Why? Because of the Dr. Phil thing?
Yep. Did I get a fucking strike for that? I think I'm still on Rumble right now.
Let me double check. Yeah, you're down. Rumble, how we looking, Rumble? Let us know if we're still here. Yeah, we are. Okay, Rumble.
Still on Rumble? Okay.
Yeah. Right,
so fucking retarded. There, I think we're back.
Are we back?
Your stream no longer being blocked due to copyright issues. What the fuck is YouTube doing? This is so fucking stupid. I'm so goddamn tired of this stupid fucking gay shit. I'm reacting to a goddamn video that's on the fucking internet, and you're blocking my fucking stream. Holy shit. Pisses me off. Fuck you, Dr. Phil. Fuck are you doing? It's a boring ass interview anyway, Dr. Phil. Get your fucking energy level up. I could do a better fucking interview than that bullshit. Spent 15 fucking minutes asking him what everybody else has fucking asked him. Give me the fucking interview. I'm not gonna block your video if you react to my fucking interview. Son of a bitch. Tired of this shit. Hail to the Rumble chat. Hail to the Kick chat. Hail to the Twitter chat. Fuck me. Ripa in the house with 5 gifted memberships.
What up, Ripa?
I'm fired up right now. Fuck. Like, what? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I paused it like a bunch, not like a ton. I let it go a little bit. Anyway, we're not going to react to shit. I like it better when I just read super chats anyway. So we're not going to make good content. We're just going to grift, okay? And I'm kicking Kristen unless you send me money right now, damn it. I'm fired up. Damn it. Black Tiger for 20. I'm living in the 21st century doing something meant to do it. God damn, what the fuck are you saying here? I'm living in that 21st century doing something mean to it, do it better than anybody you've, oh, this is the rap, okay. Anybody you ever seen do it. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero needs his theme music. Power, Kanye, Trump. I was wondering where that was going. So, JM the Elite Fan on Rumble. Time for all the YouTube migrants to come over here. It's nice for us Royal Rumblers to let them cross the border to our flourishing sites. Let's go. Hey, Rumble might beat YouTube tonight in Super Chats. We'll see. Jay took all our Super Chat money when he got his channel remonetized. But yeah, man, it's just so aggravating. Like, I did nothing. I literally was reacting. All of these fucking react channels, and I pull up a Trump interview to react to it, and my stream gets blocked. Good Lord. So aggravating. Dave Nunn says, that sucked. Have money. Thank you. Drunk 3PO says, the last thing you said before it went down was, I agree with Jay. This is why I don't pull up like videos or anything that I don't know anything about, because YouTube's copyright system is the worst thing ever. It's horrible. Dara Move says, hey, multi-platforming works. D-Day Cobra, glad you're doing it. Absolutely. And I always will. Jay jinxed it. Yes, he did. Man, it's so frustrating. I just want to react to the content. I don't know why that's a big deal, but honestly, like every time, and this is why I'm all of these Trump rallies that I'm doing, I'm gonna have to start pausing the rallies now, because I keep getting that warning on YouTube every time. And this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna start blocking my streams if I don't. Did Kamala call you after? Yes. The reason the stream we got the stream back up was because Kamala called me. That's the reason we got the stream up. So Kamala did call me. So we're all good on that. So, my goodness. So frustrating. Okay. Zevin Cross for 20. Notice how before we were close to the election day, we were able to react to videos, no problem. But now all of a sudden YouTube wants to be asshole about it. It is weird. Like, I don't know, man. Tommy Doyle says you could do recaps instead of streaming them to avoid copyright. I guess, like, but what I don't understand is everybody else does it. Everybody else does this react bullshit. Hassan will literally, I'm going to pull up a Geeks and Gamers video for a minute. That way that won't get us copyrighted, okay? I'm going to do my Hassan Piker reenactment really quickly, okay? So here's how Hassan Piker reacts to content right here. Okay, and that's not a problem, apparently. So we're going to do a Hassan reaction, okay? So right here, okay? Here's a Geeks and Gamers video. Let's do Hassan-style react content. We ready for this? Okay? Hey, this looks like a really interesting video. Let's just check this video out. This looks very interesting. My name is Hassan Piker. I'll be right back. What's up, Geeks and Gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about The Acolyte, the big hit from Disney Plus that was canceled after one season, because of course it was, because it was terrible. It doesn't mean you couldn't enjoy it, because there are 17 people out there that thoroughly enjoyed The Acolyte, and that's okay. It is totally okay to enjoy this show, but it was a bad show. It was a very, very bad show. And so for the 17 people that are coping on social media and melting down, you are justified in liking it. You can like this show. Where's my but it doesn't change the fact that it was a terrible show in every single possible way. Working. And now you have the lead actress for The Acolyte, Amanda. All right, there we go. So so there's a Hassan Piker reenactment right there. So there you go. So dumb, man. I'm so fired up after this shit. 8 o'clock says, get this fig off stream. Steel Storm Gaming for $1 over on Rumble says, of course Hassan does it, dummy. He's a lefty. They go by a different set of rules. 1000%. Krista, I'm sorry. I know I'm all over the place on the sheet. So, River Miles for 20 says, D-Day Cobra about to copyright strike Jeremy Prime. No way, Eric K. Really? No way. Did we get confirmation of that? Is Willy Will in the chat? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's so sad. Is Willy Will in the chat now? So Willy Will, Willy Will, he's here. Yeah. Willy Will, we are so sorry, brother. So sorry. Snake Pit's here for you, brother. Snake Pit is here for you, brother. Okay, yeah. So got confirmation. Prayers up in the chat for Willy Will. Big supporter of the 199 and the Snake Pit. And Wife passed away. There's Drunk 3PO says praying for you, man. Good stuff. Look at all the prayers, man. Look at the peeps around here, man. The best peeps. The best peeps. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's see here. All right. So, Willie Will, if you need anything, you just let us know. I'm trying to see. The chat's moving so fast I can't even see if he commented. I'm trying to see if he commented. His profile picture always stands out whenever I see him comment, though. There it is right there. He says, thank you. There we go. Let me see if I can. You guys got the chat moving so fast. There's Willie Will. Prayers up for Willie Will and the fam. Really sorry to hear that, brother. Okay, let's get back into business here. I'm so frustrated with YouTube and their BS. Remy V for $20 says, what is it? Who is gay for Jeremy? What? Is that what you said? I don't even know what you're asking. Thank you, Remy V. I appreciate it. All the positive vibes in the chat. Good stuff indeed. Love seeing that. All right, let me catch up here. Lord of the Reese says, about to eat dinner. I just made it while listening to the stream. I just need to place a new stick of butter in the butter dish. I agree with Jay, but only when he agrees with Ryan and not Beardo199. VJ the Vigilant for $1 on Rumble says, praying for Willie. Thank you. General Duality on Rumble says RIP a Rooney YouTube Hail 199. Vault 95 for Rumble says Jeremy's shitty Trump impression is still better than Beardo's. Glory to the 313. Dara Moose says, hey, I got that one. Still Stormy Gaming says F YouTube. Bronsonite says, we got you, Jeremy. We got you, brother. Here's $1 for the piggy bank. Thank you. Ron Sappington says, it's sad how quickly people forget or willfully forget Trump being shot. History happened, but the media brushed it under the rug because it was Trump. Shaking my head. Sad but true. Kendon B says, imagine the dead air with Drunk 3PO and a Biden interview. It would be amazing. Bronsonite says, don't yell at Dr. Phil. You don't let your shitty fans that won't leave. Goddamn stupid. All right, let me start this over. Bronsonite, don't yell at Dr. Phil, and you don't let your shitty fans that won't leave goddamn YouTube and come over to the Green Monster bitch. What? Well, first of all, my whole stance is watch me where you want to watch me. I don't give a shit where you watch me. So I will never tell people where they have to watch me. That's just not my mindset. I think everybody should watch me where the fuck they want to watch me, and they should never apologize for it. I don't think people should apologize for doing whatever the fuck they want. I just don't. I'm never going to apologize. Just like if I go see a movie that you don't want me to go see, that's your business. That's your problem, not mine. Just like the people that, stand on their soapbox and type from their fucking iPhone about how you're not supposed to support this company that they don't want you to support while you're typing it from your iPhone or your Android. Like, I don't like holier than thou people. Watch where you want to watch, do whatever the fuck you want to do, and don't apologize for it. End of discussion. I don't give a shit what you do. General Duality. It's because you got second place last week in money. Someone is jealous of YouTube. Yeah, I was number 2. But you know who was number 5 yesterday? A young man named Drunk 3PO. Number 5 in the country. That's why we don't have any super chats tonight, because Jay took them all last night. Jay, you can get in here if you want. All right? Get in here, Jay. Lord Pterodax says, screw YouTube copyright system. Let's go Rumble. I agree with that. Fuck YouTube's copyright system. It's super gay. And I do love Rumble. And I love Rumble and I love Kick. And I'm glad they exist. Listen, I could have played the game of let me wait and not be on Rumble so I can force Rumble to give me money, because that's essentially how it goes. Essentially how it goes with Rumble is if you don't go to their platform but they want you, they'll give you money. if you go to their platform and you get like 80,000 followers, we have the biggest sports channel on Rumble. Guess what? No deal for Geeks and Gamers. No deal for Geeks and Gamers. You know why? Because we're already there. So why the fuck would they give us a deal? But my whole thing was, I want to, like, we have enough people that want to watch us on Rumble, so I'm going to be on Rumble. I'm not going to play this game of like, I'm going to keep our content off Rumble until Rumble gives me money. But I should have, because that's the only way you can get Rumble to give you any fucking money. Thanks, Rumble. Been talking to you for a year and a half, been promoting you for a year and a half, and you want to give me shit. But whatever. It is what it is. The Rumble's been good to us, so I don't want to act like they haven't. I like Rumble. I like what they're doing. They're cool. So don't want to make it sound like I'm like angry at them, because I'm not at all. But who's here? Who's here? Krista's here.
I wasn't expecting that. I'm back.
Not for long. We haven't gotten a $50 super chat yet. Jay, are you here? Are you here, Jay? Look who it is.
Hold on, I gotta change my background. There we go. I was like, give me a second, let me change my background. Just pull me on through. I have to get rid of my gum too. What the?
You do know you didn't have to join the stream at all until you were ready?
I didn't join the stream.
You literally came backstage.
Yeah, I know I came backstage, but I usually you say like, is he ready to go? So, you know.
Hi, Jay.
Usually.
So you are monetized, remonetized. It happened.
Yeah, that was nice.
Were you stressed out?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's more like it's like, man, I was so close to 100K, man, and they pulled that crap. So they just kind of sucked, but you know, here we are.
Yeah, kind of like when they give you bullshit copyright fucking takedowns to take your whole fucking stream down. So what did it say when it took my stream down?
You went, I agree with Jay, and then it just went to stream. It just stopped. I was laughing so hard. So it was pretty funny. I knew it was gonna come back because like I've seen that happen before. Like if you took the stream that you are like watching, if you turn that off, then YouTube it like tells the AI, I guess, that it that you're not doing that anymore. It's so dumb.
Said stream suspended. Yeah, it's really annoying. Like it's completely thrown me off. Like we were having a good flow going. We were reacting. We had Trump, Dr. Phil, and then boom, you get hit with it.
That interview was kind of slow.
It was kind of slow. I ain't gonna lie, but I put that on Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Phil's energy level, and Trump just tends to feed off of the energy that he's getting. So like Trump was just, it was kind of slow.
Yeah,
so,
it was a little slow.
It is what it is, but hey, you know, what are you gonna do? So a lot of craziness is going on. Donald Trump is on X. I did say it.
Yeah, he's back.
And he's literally ratioing her every time she tweets. Okay? Every time she tweets, this is what he's doing right now. So she tweets right here. Our campaign is not just us versus Donald Trump. It's about two different visions for our nation. One focused on the future, the other on the past. We fight for the future. 23,000 likes. Trump, boom. Ratioed. So
it's pretty good that he's doing that. I don't think he did much of that last time.
No, he didn't, and I'm really glad. Well, hey, Donald Trump, I would watch your interview, but Dr. Phil's going to take my freaking stream down. I know it's not Dr. Phil, by the way, but I'm so happy that he's tweeting. I'm so happy he's back on X. Okay? I'm so happy. So it's been great to see. And yeah, like he's just destroying her. Like here she is tweeting, 43,000 likes. Trump quote tweets it. 207,000.
Elon responds.
Yes. It's so good, man. So you got Elon and you got Trump going in, man. Glorious. By the way, Elon made a tweet the other day. Let me see if I can find this. Elon made a tweet the other day I may have to bookmark it from my phone. I didn't think it was really Elon at first when I saw it, and I was like, oh, because it's just like it didn't seem like something that Elon would do, you know, but or like it. I just didn't feel like it was, you know, I didn't feel like he would be this pro-Trump in his tweet, but it was. So I had to look it up, and yeah, it was like holy shit. So here we go, right here, bookmark, right here. Share my
StreamYard has
screen.
a dark mode, and I turned it on, and it's like everything looks weird.
Right here. Trump will save democracy and America. Mark my words. Kamala Harris would be a disaster. So that's about as blunt as it can be right there.
Yeah, I don't think you can get any.
So, Jeremy, you know I adore you, but F you for putting Krista behind a paywall. Krista, the amount of shit you put up with. Cheers, girl. Willie, prayers, bro.
Yeah,
Look
Willie,
at that.
gosh.
Look at that. Does that mean they want Krista back? Chat, do you want Krista back? I'm just curious. Does the chat want Krista back?
Wait, she's got to put her wig on.
Which wig?
I see her in the back, the black hair. She's stapling it to her head right now.
Air Guidewall for 50 says, did you see the Trump meme that I reposted on X that I tagged you in? It's hilarious. It's a response to that cringe video of AOC, Elizabeth Warren, Hillary doing that hand dance. I did. I can't play it here because it's got copyrighted music in it, and as we know, copyright around here they're not being the nicest to us these days. But here's the return of Krista Nova. There she is.
Shout out to Jenna. I got saved by a woman. Thank you. I'm not in jail anymore. I just put my wig back on. Thanks, Jay.
But yeah, this tweet from Elon, though, going back to this, like when I saw this, so like I think Trump posted this on True Social, and I was like, is that really a tweet from Elon? Like that is like, for him to say, mark my words.
Oh, he's all in now, man.
That is all in. Like that is as clear as it gets. Trump will save democracy and America. Mark my words. That is
what
that's
did you think of the report that's rumored? I think it's rumored. I don't know if it's real. Is that Trump was going to use Elon and Kennedy to help with his cabinet?
So not who did he say? It was Kennedy and who?
Elon Musk.
Well, no, it's Kennedy and Tulsi.
Gabbard. That's what that. Okay. Yeah. See, I've seen like they might, because I remember he said something about like he would ask Elon to come in and like help out with the administration. And like, there's like crazy reports out there that
he wants Elon to be part of the cabinet in some capacity to help cut the fat. Cut the fat from Washington.
Yeah, that's it.
Tulsi and RFK are part of his transition team, so they're part of helping him.
Two Democrats.
Yeah, they're part of helping him build his team, which is crucial because this was Trump's biggest flaw: is his team, the cabinet that he created last time. Was the worst. Like that was absolutely horrible. It really was. It was terrible. So I'm happy about that.
Can you imagine if Elon, a businessman, gets in there and looks at the budget, like all the spending that America's doing? Like
absolutely.
I could literally see him be like, "What the freak is going on?"
Yeah, I mean, you're essentially you're gonna have the richest man in the world. You're going to have the most famous man in the world, also a billionaire. And you're going to have RFK, a fucking Kennedy.
Yeah.
You're going to have Vivek, who's an incredibly smart businessman. You're going to have JD Vance, who's an incredibly smart person. Dude, like, this is insane.
Yeah.
How powerful of a team and powerful of a cabinet that Trump is creating right now. It's absolutely nuts. I think it's amazing.
That's the only thing he needs now is like people that are experienced in bringing back like proper education to the country.
Yeah.
He's like, we're gonna get the business thing down, and people are gonna get their jobs and like get the money stuff together and like put all that together, which is very crucial.
Yeah. Well, they posted this. I have not heard this. I saw this was posted the other day, but this is on TikTok. Here we go.
So grateful to be here today with you, Mr. President. We may not agree on everything, but we agree on a lot. And most importantly, we agree on the threat that Kamala Harris as president poses with her policies and how she will continue to take away our freedom.
I really appreciate your endorsement. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to make America great again.
So grateful to be here today.
Oh, he gets his little. See, that's how people need to like really understand. That's how bad this administration is that's in power now, and the one that's going to be put in place if they win. That Democrats are just saying, look, I don't even agree with Trump, but I got to help him win. This is how bad it's going to be if these people get into office. Like, I will do anything in my power to help someone from the opposite party that I was a part of to, get them in, because it's going to be a nightmare for America if these people get in.
Yeah,
so.
It is. So scary times indeed. And I just don't see any. Oh, you know what? There was something I wanted to show everybody that the audience is the reason that I actually ran across this video. And it's, gosh, what's his name? I'll have to go to my history now. The audience told me about, what's his name? Gotta find it. People's Pundit. And he's kind of been on top of all of this stuff about the polls and how the polls are so incorrect. And then that led me to another person that I wanted to show everybody, a video that I ran across. And the People's Pundit actually quote tweeted this tweet. If I could find it. Why am I not seeing it? Why are it's like my bookmarks aren't working for some reason. Yeah, it completely disappeared, actually. Let me go to what's his name? The People's Pundit? What's his name?
You're asking the wrong person.
Richard Barris. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Richard. There it is. Okay. And then let me go find this video that he quote tweeted. So thank you guys for letting me know about him. And he's got really good takes on all of this. Did that guy just delete his video or something? I think he did. Maybe he was catching too much hell for it. I don't know. Yeah, whoever this guy was must have deleted his video talking about it. Not the People's Pundit, but the guy he quote tweeted. But he was talking about the polls and how they're not looking good for Harris at all. And how if you're looking at everything today and the trends, it's like Trump is in extremely good shape. I don't know where that video went, though. Yeah, I did. I had a voice crack. Fuck all of you.
It's crazy, though. At the end of the day, you just got to get out. You got to get out there and vote. Like, I wouldn't listen to even if they say, oh, Trump's in the lead by 90 points, man, get out, vote early if you can.
It's that simple. It's not complicated at all.
I'm telling you.
I don't know where that video went. That's so weird. But it's not even showing up on the People's Pundit timeline now. So I don't know where it went. Don't make fun of my squealy voice, okay? Don't do it. You don't want to piss me off, okay? I have all the power. I can ban all of you right now. I can go members only mode, just like Tim Pool taught me, okay? Tim Pool taught me that if the audience is ever slightly mean to you, says anything that you don't like, all you need to do is go members only mode, and you can silence all of them unless they give you money. I'm just telling you what he taught me, okay? Now, Nate Silver is another guy who's like one of these polling guys. That's the 538. And he's, let's see, right here. The Harris interview thing is weird. I don't think a particularly big deal, but if she inherited the very online Biden staffers who were media-phobic and thought the New York Times was out to get them when the actual problem was that he was, in fact, way too old, that's not a great sign. So he's saying the Harris interview thing is weird. Is he talking about the CNN interview? So she's doing an interview with CNN tomorrow, okay?
Is this where is it pre-recorded and all that stuff?
Apparently, it's going to be pre-recorded. Apparently, from what I'm understanding.
These people can't even talk to the media.
It's so pathetic,
and you want to be the leader of America, and you are scared. You know what? If Trump did that, there'd be 100 articles written on how he's scared and not fit for office and all that stuff. It's like, holy crap, man.
Yeah, I mean,
it's great. It's insane. These people are scared of their own media that's in their back pocket.
Yeah. Hang on, I got something I want to pull up and show you.
I don't get it.
There's a good clip from, here it is right here. This puts it into perspective right here, and this is what everybody is thinking right now.
There is no scenario where the President of the United States can't head up a press conference. Under any scenario, every president has been able to address the press, and in the good times and the bad times. She has to start talking to the press, period. There's no optionality. There's no scenario where anybody would be comfortable, particularly in the swing states where swing voters are thinking to myself, what do we got here? Why won't she talk to the press? I'm asking it from a policy guy. I need explanations for these policies because I have to invest on these policies. I have questions, and I don't get any answers. I'm not being unreasonable. Come out wherever you are and talk to the press.
She's not doing it because she's stupid.
Yeah.
That's why. She's a very stupid person. She is not an intelligent person. Kamala Harris is a dumb person. It's that simple. This is not complicated.
And they all think that they're above everybody else. So it's like rules for thee and not for me. So Trump needs to face the firing squad press as many times as possible so we could trip him up. Whatever. Us? No, we don't have to do that because we're better than that. So we're only going to answer the questions that they give, that we tell them to tell us. You know, we saw that with some of the Biden interviews. Some of those Biden interviews that were pre-recorded were a disaster, and they were so heavily edited. You could just see it. Like, it's just like they couldn't do anything with it. It's crazy.
Yep.
Who's this guy?
So Commando G-Man is the one that told me, thank you. You told me this guy's name, so I searched it out. So thank you for telling me. I do read the chat. I always read the chat. This is what I was talking about. This is the guy that's talking about the polls and everything like that.
So this election right now, people say will be close, and it might be. But I want you to consider a narrative here, which is not implausible. As I always say, I'm not predicting this or rooting for it. But this is not an implausible story. And there's some new data out and coming that suggests that this story could be the story. If you go back a couple months or weeks and ask yourself, how is it that Kamala Harris became the Democratic nominee so easily? Really the easiest walk to a major party nomination in modern times. She basically made 100 phone calls and she was the nominee. How did that happen? It's particularly curious because if you'd gone back a few weeks before that, many of the people who played a big role in anointing her as the nominee would have said, well, if we get rid of Joe Biden, we can't possibly let Kamala Harris be the nominee because she can't beat Donald Trump. She can't win a general election. And yet those people and others stood aside, at least publicly, and made her the nominee. Now, why did that seem like a bad choice for some? Besides the fact of her history of, as vice president and as a presidential candidate, not being particularly good at managing her staff, not being particularly good under pressure, not being particularly good at taking tough positions and sticking with them, not being particularly good at explaining herself. Why did she become the nominee? No one's really reported it. I think I have in my head, in my reporter's notebook, as good an understanding as any journalist does. But there's a lot to that story.
She's the worst candidate we have ever seen. I've said this before. You can say you don't like Hillary Clinton. I don't like Hillary Clinton. I think she's a terrible person. I think she's a terrible human being. She was at least qualified to be in the position she was in based on the fact that she was a senator. She was Secretary of State. She was the wife of a president. She did spend time in politics, and she had a lot of experience. Harris has done nothing. She's got no accomplishments. None. That's it. If Harris is qualified, then so is Monica Lewinsky, because they've got the same skill set, okay? The same exact skill set right there.
And if you think about why she was why she may not have been the best choice, what can we say about that? Well, we can say why would she be a good choice, a better choice than Joe Biden? We can say because she was not an elderly man with clear signs of loss of acuity.
I don't think so. The irony is pretty funny, though, that he's like, this guy's talking politics and his shirt says Clinton.
Yeah.
I don't think, if that's a Clinton Foundation shirt, that's a bad look. I don't think it is.
Pretty wild.
I don't think he's wearing like a, I don't think he's wearing
I don't know. It's like got like a pineapple or something on it too.
Yeah.
So it's probably some company where he buys jelly. He
We
just
also
wasn't
say
thinking
that.
it
We can say all
through.
the things I said about her record on the national stage. We can also say that she's part of the Biden-Harris administration. Of all the people they could have chosen, with the exception maybe of Pete Buttigieg, or all the people who could have emerged as the nominee, she's the only one who carries the burden of the Biden-Harris record, which on many scores is not very popular with the American people. At the time she emerged as the de facto nominee, within hours, many people in Trump world were celebrating, and they said anybody else would be a new.
That was me. When Harris got put into this role as the nominee, which I said that she would not be the nominee. I said there's no way that she's going to actually be the nominee. Yet here we are. I can't believe they're staying with her, and this is why they're protecting her. Dude, we saw how bad the debate was for Biden. It was awful. Like, they ended his presidency. The same thing could happen. The same thing could happen to her.
So what I'm thinking is that I feel that nobody wanted to step up and face Trump. Even if they called Gavin Newsom and said, hey, this could be your time, we could just get you in. I just feel like he didn't want to face Trump. I'm the governor of California right now. I can keep that. You know, I can still hold on to that. And then I could run after Trump leaves, because then, you know, who's coming up after Trump, right? I could take it over later. So I wonder if they're like just pushing her out there because they know she's going to lose, and they just want, hopefully they can win like local or state elections and just hold on to like a Senate, like the Senate or something, for 4 years until they can like get the next guy or gal like going.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe nobody wanted. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe
it's possible.
But the truth is, if that was the point, they probably would have just kept Biden and he would have lost. But I've said this a million times. I think they're just looking for local, like holding on to a lot of local elections. And Kamala does bring a lot more energy than Biden. So maybe for like that, on that scale, you know, like she can help win some of the local stuff and at least keep the Senate.
Well, we got another developing story going on right now. We got a very, very serious story developing right now.
Pavel Durov is a political prisoner now in France because he didn't roll over to the globalist deep state. But the real message here is that Elon Musk is their main target, and he should not step foot inside the tyrannical EU.
So apparently Elon Musk is considering traveling to the EU. And Alex Jones says he will be arrested as soon as he lands.
Really important. So please listen to me and do your own research, because this is a big deal. This is a bellwether. This is a canary in the coal mine. Pavel Durov, the founder of Telegram, which is globally many times bigger than X, was lured into France a few days ago, as most of you know, by Macron. The police told him this. It's now confirmed, to have dinner with him. The guy's never been accused of being a criminal, never really had any issues. But he will not let the United States government and the EU into his operation and to surveil people without a warrant. He is the only other big tech titan in the West, other than Elon Musk, to say no and to not give in to just giant blanket censorship. If stuff's illegal, he'll block it, just like Elon Musk will.
We get too much attention from the the FBI, the security agencies, wherever we came to the US. So to give an example,
I think Telegram is second to Facebook, right, in terms of total users? I've never used Telegram personally.
I've never used it.
But I think Telegram is like second to Facebook in total use. I mean, I guess maybe Instagram because it's intertwined into Facebook, but am I right about that, Chad? Is like Telegram's huge. It's massive. It's got like 1 billion users. It's crazy how big it is.
example, last time I was in the US, I brought an engineer that is working for Telegram, and there was an attempt to secretly hire my engineer behind my back by cybersecurity officers or agents, wherever they are called.
The US government should hire your engineer?
That's my understanding. That's what he told me.
To write code for them or to break into Telegram?
They were curious to learn which open source libraries are integrated to the Telegram's app, on the client side, and they were trying to persuade him to use certain open source tools that he would then integrate.
Somebody says it's like WhatsApp. Is Telegram like WhatsApp? Really? I don't know what Telegram is. I know nothing about it. I know I know that there's a lot of scammers in like the YouTube comments, like always saying like, hey, pretending to be like YouTubers saying like, text this to Telegram and I'll give you a free PS5.
Yeah.
And then I'll have people in my DMs going, Jeremy, you told me I want a free PS5 on Telegram. I'm like, are you retarded? What are you talking about?
So for 2024, active users in the millions for social media platform, it's Facebook is still number one. Mm-hmm. YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, WeChat, Messenger, Telegram, Snapchat, and one I don't even know. Douyin, is that what it's called? Douyin. This is a top 10. So it's up there. It's hanging with the big boys.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Telegram is good for uploading files and saving them. Telegram messaging is just like Signal. Okay.
And you got to
the Telegram's code that, in my understanding, would serve as backdoors.
Would allow the U.S. government to spy on people who use Telegram.
The U.S. government, or maybe any other government, because a backdoor is a backdoor, regardless of who is using it.
That's right. And that's a little surprising to hear. Maybe it's not surprising. It's offensive. You're confident that happened?
Yes. There is no reason for my engineer to make up the stories. Also because I personally experienced similar pressure in the US. Whenever I would go to the US, I would have two FBI agents greeting me at the airport, asking questions. One time I was having my breakfast at like 9 a.m. and the FBI showed up at my house that I was renting. And that was quite surprising. And I thought, we're getting too much attention here. It's probably not the best environment to run.
Why would had you committed a crime?
No, they were interested to learn more about Telegram. They knew I, left Russia. They knew what we were doing, but they wanted details.
And so now they brought him into court today and charged him with a whole giant raft of crimes, €5 million bond. He can't leave the country, and they're trying to put him in prison for a very long time. And they admit so he will roll over and give the NATO U.S. globalist alliance that controls our nations and that are running our nations to the ground full control of his company. Now, there's a lot to unpack here, but the big takeaway is this. This is a message to Elon Musk. They really want to take him down. Elon is number one now in the West when it comes to social media interaction. It surpassed Meta, Instagram, and Facebook combined. It's incredible. Telegram is bigger totally because it's used more globally by the most number of nations. But when it comes to the West, that's so key, Elon Musk is even more important with X than Telegram. So this is a precedent-setting case. The EU...
This is crazy, dude. This is insanity. I can't believe that this is the world we live in right now. Donald Trump being indicted, being shot at, FBI raiding his home. Now you've got the CEO of Telegram that's been arrested, and Elon is their number one target now. This is crazy, man.
Is talking about criminal charges against Musk. We have the corrupt communists in Brazil saying it. We've had the Australian government say it. We've had the British government say they want to arrest Elon Musk. They're really trying to push this idea. So I think it's important for Elon in the near future not to be traveling to Europe, even though he's got Tesla factories and other things over there, because we're already in World War III with the Russians. And the globalists, for election control and so many other issues, they want to be able to control every major outlet out there. And that's why, again, they are going after Telegram and X. Now, in the case of Huawei, that is a communist Chinese operation. It is 5G. They run a lot of the U.S. elections on it with some of the big software companies. That's a problem. The communist Chinese are the West enemies. But saying Elon Musk and saying that Pavel Durov are bad is just absolutely insane. But this is standard procedure. I've been debanked. I've been sued. I've been attacked by the deep state. They admit the State Department, the FBI, the CIA ran the attacks. That's come out in court. And the same thing's happening to Trump, and many of his administration officials, former officials, are in jail right now for absolutely nothing. And now Jack Smith's re-indicted Trump again. All of this is totalitarianism like you would see in Nazi Germany or communist China today. And it's a clear and present danger, really the number one danger to all of our freedoms, because the deep state, the Democratic Party system, along with some of the neocons and rhinos, literally are treating anybody and everybody, including U.S. citizens, as if they're terrorists. And now the UK said they're going to list misogynistic activity as terrorism, and they're arresting people.
What?
Brian, stay out of the EU.
Because they say the migrants are committing disproportionate number of rapes, which is true. And if journalists report on it, they get arrested. This isn't mild tyranny. This isn't medium tyranny. This is super intense, out of control tyranny. So just like Julian Assange was a political prisoner, now Pavel Durov is a political prisoner. And the whole world and journalists and government leaders need to come out against this. Now, some of the major governments in the Middle East, like Dubai, have come out and said, listen, we're going to pull our money out of your stock market. We're going to kill deals for $15+ billion in fighter jets from France, because they realize how incredibly dangerous this is, because a lot of those Arab countries are heavily invested in France. And they already saw how, again, the French government set up Muammar Gaddafi, got him to invest all his money, mainly in France, and then they went in with NATO and killed his ass. So this is extremely dangerous, very kleptocratic by the French government, basically behaving like the Nazis, and is something that threatens all of us, because if they can get Pavel Durov, if they can get Elon Musk, if they can get Donald Trump, they can get anybody. And as Trump always says, they're not trying to get him. He's standing in the way. They got to get through him to get to us. And that's what this is. When Harris and Biden, and she was the tie-breaking vote, hired 86,000 more IRS agents to target service workers like waitresses and masseuses and beauticians, to literally go after people that were not paying $2,000 or $3,000 a year in taxes and who need that money to live. These are monsters that want to squeeze you, and Trump is trying to stop that. So the deep state's desperate. This global corporate BlackRock combine knows the world's turning against them, and that's why they have arrested this innocent man who they criminally lured to France. That's why we're all Pavel Durov. We are all being inducted into a totalitarian social credit score AI control grid, and we've got to stand up for ourselves right now and self-determine and tell the globalists we are not your slaves.
This is absolutely insane, dude. This is absolutely insane.
I'm buying a van with a toilet.
Mark my words, if Elon Musk lands in Brazil or the EU, he will be arrested. The UK and Australia are also suspect. The tyrants are desperate, and they've been openly talking about their desire to throw Musk under the prison. They arrested the head of Telegram for allowing criminal activity on the platform. Both Brazil and the EU categorize free speech as criminal. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are living in some crazy, crazy times.
Pretty important
peeps.
to get all these people in office.
Poor Krista just wants to play Animal Crossing. That's all she wants to do.
Platoon.
The life, yeah. Platoon.
Yeah. You want to play Splatoon?
Yeah.
Are you playing Splatoon later?
Yes, actually, can I pull this up really quick?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, how do I go back? Speaking of Splatoon, I was just looking at our old Splatoon streams, and look at this thumbnail. It's Jay as the Inkling girl, me as the Octoling, and look at Jeremy's face. This used to be our thumbnails 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Jay's always the girl. He used to always be Princess Peach when we play Mario Kart.
I'll play some Splatoon with you.
Yay!
So, have you got the stream set up over on You don't do that, right? You don't set it up in advance,
No,
do you?
I don't.
Okay. So she's going to be live on Geeks Gamers Play, and on her.
And
Kick
I'll
channel,
use that thumbnail.
She'll use that thumbnail. So there we go.
I don't have the new Splatoon.
What?
You got to get it. All that money you made, go get one.
Yeah.
I had to give that money back to Jeremy.
It's no coincidence that the worst day CobraCast has had in months is coming off of the best day Jay ever had. He took all of our super chats. He took all of my super chats last night. Thanks, Jay.
Someone
Appreciate
needs to
that.
gift him
Appreciate that. Thanks, man. It's fine. No big deal. I got YouTube blocking me. I got you taking all my money. Like, it's fine. It's not a big, I'm not mad about it or anything.
I
It's
gave
fine.
you the T-shirt money. How that's going?
Have we even sold any of those T-shirts, Krista?
I have to check.
We sold like 3, probably.
Gee.
How many do we sell? Are
I
you
don't
looking
know.
it up?
I have to go look, yeah.
Jessica bought one because she tweeted it.
That's true. So one that we know.
Let's see. What is this? Did Mr. Beast attack Keemstar? I don't even understand what that is. I don't know. It's crazy stuff, man. The stuff with let's see. Yeah, we got that one from Okay, let me read some super chats really quick.
Okay.
We got River Miles says Trump should invite Willie Brown to sit in front and center at the Kamala debate like he did with Paula Jones and Juanita Broderick to the Hillary debate. He might do it. Honestly, Trump might do it, knowing him. He might do it. I did get the 50 from Eric Guidewall, Krista.
Okay.
I got that one.
Yeah.
Ron Sappington says, it's sad how quickly people forget. Oh, yeah, I got that one earlier. Kendon, imagine the dead air with drunk 3PO in the Biden interview. That's young Ripper with those 5. That's all he gave me was 5. I was so mad at the time I didn't get a chance to call him out. All he gave me was 5 gifted memberships.
Shout out.
Oh, I run a multi-million-dollar company. Yeah, but he can't give me 5 gifted memberships is all Ripa gives me. Get the fuck out of here. Duncan says, stay strong, Willie. God bless. Absolutely. Sean Gayer says, Jeremy is gayer than me for $9.99. Citrus Tiger says, here is a 5 for the Bring Krista Back Fund.
Yay,
she looked
thank
so
you.
disappointed when you dropped her.
I was sad. I was in jail.
Maximus VT says, have you started watching Band of Brothers yet? Not yet, but I'm glad you reminded me. I'll have to start on that very soon. Golden Nugget says to help towards Willie Will if he needs it. So sad. Yeah, man. Willie's good peeps. Big supporter of the channel. We love Willie Will. So as long as the most important thing we can do is to give him some entertainment around here. So that's what we're going to continue to do. Let's see. UPD says, is Krista in Canada?
Yeah, send me money. Free me.
Savvy's Bean says, Jay pretends to be a cow when he's not streaming. That is true. That is true.
Last night he was a Canadian bear.
Let's see. Linko Kenobi says, what's up, guys? Let's see. Playing Black Myth Wukong, having a blast. Keep up the good work, fellas. Hail the 199. Thank you, Linko.
Thank you.
Mike for 5 says, the Rumble app on my TV doesn't allow me to like or comment on videos or sync my phone. Should those features be added, I'll use Rumble more often. Yeah, the app's not great, but I never have held that against Rumble because you just have to... look how long it took YouTube to establish their dominance in the market. Like, it takes time. But Rumble has done a phenomenal job of getting to the point that they are at. Journal Duality, sorry to hear about your loss, Willie. Shocked I got a gifty since I migrated to Rumble. Ghetto, let's go Rumbles. Rumblers, absolutely. Joe C says, hey, y'all, let's call her by her new name. Come Allah. Hails, cheers to the snake pit. Thank you. Over on Rumble, Bronsonite says, I appreciate you streaming on multiple platforms. Just obvious that this election cycle is going to get ugly with the left is censoring everything on YouTube. We need more people over here. Hey, I agree. And that's why, hey, we've got a great crowd right now. We've got 600 people watching us on Rumble. Those are great numbers. So I really appreciate it. That's $1 from Bronsonite right there. I got Darmo says the single-minded platform people I don't always get sometimes, especially those who only do YouTube. Glad you do multiple places. I will support you over here though. Let's go Rumble. Hey, listen, I appreciate that we have passionate people in different chats and different platforms. Like I love the kind of rivalry that we've gotten with like Rumble and YouTube. That's kind of died off. But I think it'll pick back up. And then, of course, Kick, which I love Kick. I think Kick's a phenomenal platform, and they treat the creators really good over there. I hope they'll get super chats over there, but they do have gifted memberships. But I like the rivalry. We need like a WCW NWO. WCW WWF rivalry. That's what I like. Joey for 5 says, Jeremy finally able to start sending super chats. You're doing a great job, brother. Keep it up. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Remy V says, white gaze for Jeremy. Bless your heart. Thank you. Paul Bilderberger says the synopsis of the new Predator movie got leaked, revealed, and it's literally The Acolyte. I'm not joking. Look it up. You can break the story live right now. It's hilarious. You can't make this up. I heard some people talking about it. Let me look.
What?
The new Predator movie.
Oh.
Danny Delete O says the Acolyte was the wrong side. Trump, RFK, Tulsi, the power of one, the power of two, and then we the people, the power of many. Lord Pterodax says, does Rumble have a channel membership like YouTube? I'm not seeing it on mobile. Valkyria Winter just became a monthly supporter over on Rumble. They don't have gifted options, but you can become a monthly supporter. If you can't find it on the app, then go to the mobile. Just go to the browser, and you'll be able to do it. All right,
I'm gonna take off.
Where are you going?
Go to the bathroom.
You're gonna play Splatoon? I guess not. He
Bye,
left.
Jay.
He left. That was mean.
Yeah, he does that.
He took all my super chats. Steelstorm Gaming says, how does it feel to hit your second puberty, Jeremy? Thank you. BJ the Vigilant says, don't pick on Jeremy because he's still going through puberty. Thank you. I appreciate that. Steelstorm Gaming says, we need a poll. Does Jeremy squawk like a mouse or a fig? I got a feeling it'll be fig. Ackle P2, there must be an overwhelming turnout for Trump. Even if Trump wins 300 plus electoral votes, the Dems will still claim he's illegitimate without popular vote. Agreed completely. Let's see. I still don't know how to say this. Tashet9 for $10 says, love the momentum CobraCast. All they do is react. Yeah, exactly. So, well, we can't do it anymore. They took that from me. I agree with Jeremy. Jay, your mama joke with a question mark. Clarissa, Krista's half-spider daughter, says, Uncle Jeremy, could you tell Mom I don't have to go to school tomorrow? You repeated kindergarten 3 times and you turned out okay?
No. Go to school.
I'll lick your butthole for a 199.
What the heck?
That's what their name is. Alan Tanasi says, Dr. Phil sucks. He is a bigger fig than Jeremy. Hail to the snake pit, the 199.
He's bald.
Black Kane says, all stations on the net. This is Cobra 6. Romeo, comms check, respond in sequence. Over. UPD says, Tulsi is as tall as Trump. Golden Nugget says, YouTube sliced Jeremy's salami. Shandog says, hurry up and buy YouTube Elon. NPC Hero says, Jeremy, Star Wars Outlaws is a game of the year. I'm having a blast with it. IGN. Old Renaissance Boomer, if you were Jeremy Pride, they'd leave you alone. Fantastic versus Knox says, I was reading Trump's tweets and I was about to react to them. Kamala called me and said mean tweets don't belong on Twitter, but Trump's tweets are funny. AD Victoria says, Jeremy, did you see the post from Grums about the U.S. State Department spent $200,000 on Dustborn? F this commie government. I did. Alan Tanasi, this one is for Jay. He keeps me white-pilled even though I know there are a lot of vote riggers. CD Stein 69 says, apparently the inside source said that a Harris staffer had to be in the room during the editing of the interview. What does that tell you? Really? Okay, I need to know that one. Dubs says, get Jay to 100K. McCock says, I would join Rubble if they let me keep my username, but no, they're gay. Jay is cool. Beep is cute.
Hey, thanks.
Alan Tanasi says, I heard Kamala is not doing interviews because she is always drunk and doing drugs with Nick Rekieta, but I can't confirm. Are we caught up?
Yeah, we are.
We are caught up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
So tomorrow, going to be a busy day because we have 2 streams. It looks like, or maybe it's one long stream. So we're going to cover the Trump town hall and we're going to cover the Kamala Harris CNN interview. So CobraCast going live tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. Thank you again to the great turnout on Rumble. Thank you to the YouTube side. Thank you to the Kick side. Thank you to Krista. Thank you to Jay. Thank you to the chat. Thank you for the gifted memberships. So tomorrow we will be live here on this channel. Clarissa, Krista's half-spider daughter. Okie, I'll go to school, but you make mosquito waffles for breakfast tomorrow?
No. We have mosquito waffles at home. We ain't going to that place.
What is happening right now?
I don't know. I'm just playing along.
All right, so you're going to go live.
Yes.
Playing Splatoon over on Geeks and Gamers Play.
Yes.
Where you get the donations.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to go watch her play Splatoon, I'll join. I'm not going to stream, but I'll join her. I'll play some. I have not played Splatoon in like a year.
Splatoon.
So I'll play the game with you.
Yay. Splatoon 3.
And then tomorrow, so we got Geeks and Gamers Daily, and then we've got CobraCast tomorrow night. 7-day-a-week CobraCast. It might be a thing. It might be a thing, okay? It might be a thing. I will say, though, yeah, I talked about this the other day, but let me show you guys really quick because this blew my mind, okay? This absolutely blew my mind. Every time I think we've peaked, something else happens, but I don't think we're ever going to – I don't know if we'll beat this one. Last week, we were number 2 in the entire United States of America to iShowSpeed, who's arguably the biggest streamer on the entire internet. Goodness. We were number 2. Are you kidding me? What the hell kind of world do we live in where my retarded ass is number 2? What?
Wild.
That's crazy. For the week. That's insanity. But there we are. So
shout out.
I don't belong in that position at all, but
yes,
I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. The chat is the only reason that's possible. So thank you guys so much for all the support wherever you support us, whether it's on Geeks and Gamers, whether it's here, whether it's on the gaming streams. We have the best community in the world, and it's not even close. So thank you guys. All right. So, again, thank you, Valkyria Winter, for the support over on Rumble. I greatly appreciate it. And listen, I do. Like, the support on Rumble, don't get me wrong, man. Like, we need support on other platforms. I don't know what's going to happen right now over the next 3 months. I'm going to continue talking about all this stuff. And we're just going to have to see what happens, man. But I am all in for Donald Trump. I'm all in for MAGA. We're going to continue to do what we need to do. Hopefully, everything stays on the up and up over here, but we appreciate it. Yeah, look at the views difference too. Yeah, iShowSpeed had 7 million views on a video, 5 million views. I had 60,000 and 25,000. It's crazy, dude. So anyway, Fantastic Mr. Knox has 200 million loss for Concord. Yeah, I need to cover that on the channel too. I saw Epic Mike in the chat. What up, Mike?
Meek.
All right, guys. Geeks and Gamers Play, Krista, over there on the YouTube side, and her Kick channel. So I'll be playing some Splatoon with her momentarily. Coop, stop it. Stop it, Coop.
Coop?
Coop's always messing with me. So stop glazing IShowSpeed. How am I glazing him? By saying he's the biggest streamer on the internet? He is. That's a fact. Glazing is calling someone by or stating a fact is not glazing someone. How is that? People need to stop using words that they don't understand. If you use a fucking fact, how are you glazing someone by saying, hey, here's a fact. This guy is the biggest streamer on the fucking internet. Stop glazing him. It's retarded. You are retarded. I am JMS. Maddening says, your supporters aren't going anywhere. Trump 2024 199. Let's go. But thank you guys so much. You've been doing it all day. How? I've been stating the fact all day. I showed the clip of IShowSpeed reacting to Ronaldo passing him. I think he's kind of funny. So, I know you are IMJMS. I remember having to unban you. I remember things, okay? I remember. We're cool. You know how we are. I just talk shit. Willie Will. Hang on. Let me highlight Willie Will's comment.
Willie Will.
Right here. At chat, hail the snake pit, love and peace to all. That's what's up, Willie. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for all the support you've given us over the years.
Love you.
Yeah. Rest in peace to your wife, and we got your back here, brother. So thank you. But you guys have a good night, and we will talk to all of you later. I'll see you over there on Geeks Gamers Play with Krista Nova playing Splatoon. Have a good night. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.